Today's video is sponsored by Sunday's Dog Food. Archie, pay attention. You ready? I'm not going to tell you when. Check out this Mohawk that Archie's got. That's a quality Mohawk. He's always been very good at catching a ball. Piper, she couldn't care less. Now Axel, on the other hand, he wants to catch a ball. He's got some work ahead of him now. Okay, you guys ready? Okay, Axel, your turn. You ready? You know, just got to relax. You try too hard. Just relax. No. Let it come to you. Stay. Sit, Art. Hey! All right, so just got in the truck a few minutes ago, but first thing on the agenda this afternoon, we need to head out to a local baseball field, and we're going to check out the parking lot. They are in need of someone to grade it up. By the sounds of it, just a bunch of potholes, and probably the land plane would work best, but I haven't laid my eyes on it yet. So we're going to go check that out. And if it's something that I can fix, we'll take care of that for them probably later this week. But I'm going to have to be careful because the last two times, actually, I tried to do something nice, didn't pan out so well. The last project I volunteered for was to recover some gravestones from the 1800s over top of down at the bottom of a cliff. And the recovery went well, but on the way out, I exploded the door on the MX. It wasn't closed tight. Had it on the trailer, door blew open, and that was a costly mistake. And the time before that, I gave a family, they have a sick child, a cord of firewood, and I had some ladies screaming at me because I was blocking traffic for 30 seconds. So hopefully this all goes better, but if we even do it, we're going to go check it out right now, and hopefully it's something that we can handle. All right, yeah, it's not too bad at all. There's plenty of stone. What I always look for is if they you know, like poured any concrete or asphalt and then, you know, stone around and over top of it. But it's actually in pretty good shape. Over there on that left side, definitely could use some attention. I used to play baseball on this field. It's a lot nicer now than it was when we played. When I played, it kind of, it was actually a cow pasture as well as a baseball field. I mean, it sounds worse than it was, but I think the cows would graze in the outfield at times. Definitely a lot nicer now. But yeah, over here, if they want to go over that far, they're going to need some more stone. Yeah, and there is some asphalt right there, just a little bit. That's always one of those deals where they, oh, here, we're going to help you out. That doesn't help anybody out. They had a little bit left over. They just pasted around right there. Yeah. Well, we can fix it up. Someone's got their dog out there now, but they already cut grass there. That's the first I've seen of anyone around here. It's pretty early. But anyway, we are going to head back to the house and probably going to go for a little hike out in the woods. And we'll get on with the subject of today's video. But Melissa and I have been talking, and we're not sure what we're going to do. We just don't know yet. I'm a big planner. I plan everything. Sometimes those plans work out, sometimes they don't. But I always have a plan, and and I'm a little stumped on this one. I'm not sure what we should do, what we need to do, what we're gonna do, but what we're talking about is another building just for wood products, basically. You know, we've been sawing quite a bit of lumber. You know, if you compare it to what a big operation does, it's literally nothing. But, you know, it's nothing for us to saw 1,500 board feet in a week, but only spending a few hours doing it. You know what I mean? That LT50 is fast. We have a kiln coming, and we're debating on building another building just for lumber, like kiln dried lumber. We could even put the kiln right outside of it. The problem is we don't know where to put it. I don't know if it's something that I want to do. I don't. I think it's a great idea. I don't think you can hurt anything by, you know, it's just going to increase the value of the property. Not that that really matters, because I have no plans on selling it anyways. But there's just a lot to think about. And we have a lot of ground, but we don't have a lot of flat ground. And, you know, I have equipment to move dirt, but we need a big area. And I did not want to go out to the clearing that I made in the woods last year. I mean, I already have a road almost done going back there. That was not the plan for this, but that's one of the only options that we have. The other one would be to go down by Maple Grove. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll show you these places here in a little bit. But that's the other option. And the reason I say Maple Grove is there's a power line right there. Because to get electric out to that clearing is a lot of money. I'm not sure how much. I'm going to find out this week, hopefully. But it's about 1,000 feet from the road, a little over 1,000 feet. Just conduit, I'd have about $3,500. Boy, that sun is bright. I'm not used to it. The wire is probably $5 a foot now, maybe even $6. So that's $10,000 right there just for the conduit and the wire. I don't know what the power company would charge, but I'm going to meet with them this week and at least explore my options. Yeah, like I said, I'm actually struggling with this because I can always kind of just figure things out. But, you know, Maple Grove, it would be cheap for electric, that's for sure. It's right there. But I'd have to build another road from down by Levi and Kate's house over there. Then it's not near our place. You know, it's just a lot of different things to think about. And, you know, most importantly, is this something that we want to do? You know, there's big lumber mills that are going out of business right now, left and right. Is that really a good idea to get into that? And then I say to myself, well, if you can do it without any debt and you have a good source of logs and you've got all the other equipment, I think we could do pretty well at it. You know, I'm not looking to sell train car loads of lumber or anything like that, but just good lumber. You know, cherry, white oak, red oak, walnut, red pine, white pine, good stuff to mostly woodworkers and hobbyists and things like that. Not huge volumes, but it wouldn't, if we had somewhere to put it, let me put it this way, it wouldn't take any time at all for us to have 50,000 feet of lumber. It wouldn't take any time at all. I mean, it wouldn't. We could knock that out pretty quick. And, you know, it's kind of like money in the bank, but you need a good place to store that kiln-dried lumber. And if you had a big enough building, I don't know. I really don't know. But anyway, we're almost back to the house right now. We're going to go for a little hike in the woods, and we'll explore some of our options. So we do just a couple sponsored videos per month, and we are very particular about which brands we work with. It has to be a good quality product, something that we use, and something that we love. Or in this case, something that our dogs love. Sunday's dog food. Our dogs to us are like our kids, in more ways than one actually. It's funny, whether it's dogs or kids, you raise them all exactly the same pretty much, but they all have completely different personalities. And that's why we like to give our dogs a good, healthy dog food like Sundays. And it's easy to store, it's easy to serve. Most foods are one or the other, Sundays is both. This is what your dog gets when you give them Sunday's dog food. They start the recipe with human-grade, research-backed ingredients, gently air dry the quality protein, fruits, and vegetables to lock in nutrition so your dog can enjoy fresh nutrition that's ready for you to pour and serve. Unlike other fresh dog foods, Sundays doesn't require refrigeration or preparation. Sundays makes it super easy to feed your pup top quality food even on the go, and they deliver right to your door so you don't have to worry about running out. Get 50% off your first order of Sundays. Go to sundaysfordogs.com/themorgans or use code THEMORGANS at checkout. All right, we are going to walk out in the woods instead of bring the side by side, because when you drive you miss a lot of things. But as you can see, you know, the wood yard's way down there. There's a big valley, comes all the way up here, all right? Nowhere in there are you gonna fit like a 40 by 60 building and have a way to get around it. Just not gonna happen. This is the new road that I built. Just need to finish up the ditch lines, clean up all the brush piles, and stone it. Now, one possibility, still there's just not quite enough room. Over here to the left, everything is steeper than what it looks like on camera. That's not a real big hill. It's kind of flat right up in there, but still a big building to be able to get all the way around it. I don't know. This is a possibility right in here, either on this side. You know, you could take a bunch of dirt out here, fill in the low side. I don't know. I didn't think of this option before. Doesn't really get me excited, but it's a possibility in here. Like I said, it is a little over 1,000 feet from the power pole to get back to the clearing back here. You can see that I cut out about 3 feet. We're down into that good shale right here. So down there we have another ridge. You know, that's the big valley. Wood yard over there, a ridge, another huge valley down there. We're running out across the top here. Kind of cut off the road there a little bit, stay out of the mud. I haven't been out here for a while. The weather has not cooperated enough to do so. All right, so we came out the road, we cut over through here, but the road opens up into the clearing right there. Now out here, I mean, we could do anything we wanted. We have probably 4 or 5 acres, at least 4 acres, that's almost tabletop flat, you know? There's only a few decent trees in there. I could even clear that way a little bit, put the building over that side, and still have all this for whatever we wanted to do. This is the easiest spot, but like I said, I don't know what electric's gonna cost, but I just didn't have any plans on building a building back here, but it is without a doubt the best spot. It really is. To me, like a bunch of flat ground without any trees is it's kind of boring to me, to tell you the truth, but it is much more useful if you want to build something compared to what we have around here. Like I said, everything is woods, everything is hills and valleys pretty much, except for this spot behind me. But let's hike down towards the brick house, and we'll take a look down there at Maple Grove. I don't know. That's just a long way away. And this road really does me no good. I'd have to come in off the other road if we were to build something down there. And then that brings into question, you know, if you're going to do all that, you'd have to move the sawmill and everything out by the building, because you're not going to want to have to take lumber on a deck over or a flatbed, drive it around to get down to the building. That just wouldn't work, but we're going to go look at it anyway. It may work. Now, we have a nice trail right here, you know, that comes from the clearing, and it wouldn't take much to it wouldn't take much to make a road out of this, but it's just getting so far away. You know what I mean? To stone this whole thing, you're talking close to a half a mile from our house if we'd come this direction. That's just too far. Now through here, down at the bottom of that valley, is the neighbor's property. That's all real steep, and it's not too far that direction. You get onto neighbor Cliff's property. So we just have like a strip through here, I don't know, maybe 600 feet wide or something. And plus, there's no power or anything anywhere close to here. I'm sure someone will bring up solar instead of running power all the way out there. And I got nothing against solar, but for what I'm planning on doing, it just wouldn't be an option. You know what I mean? A lot of electricity will be needed for a building. You know, picture big planers, a kiln, all that kind of stuff. I don't think solar would be the option. I still got trees down out here that I never got from those storms. That was about a year ago that we had those big windstorms. I think that's a big cherry down over there, big maple right here. I talked about this before. I don't know if it was, I guess they call it straight line winds or something, but it starts way down that direction, blew straight through here in a line. The clearing in the mini cabin is out there. That's where we had all those trees go down out there. Once you go down in the valley, there was nothing. But when you go up the other side, up to the old apple orchard, there's a whole bunch of trees down up there. But it was a straight line for probably 3/4 of a mile and probably 150 trees down. And they're all laying the same direction. Not like a tornado or they're just all over the place. Everything was either uprooted or blown down that direction. Now the brick house is just down over at the bottom of that hill, and there's some you know, nice flat ground here, but once again, no power. It would be closer. The power line I was talking about is down over the hill, but bringing it up here, if you're going to go this far, you might as well go down closer to the road. So here's the power line right here. Now, it's nice and flat over there. It's flat up on top, but this would be on the power line right away. So you couldn't build underneath that, which I wouldn't want to anyway. But this area over in here would be the least expensive and easiest by far, just because you got power right here. There's a road right down over the bank there and another road over that direction. So you could have a short road into it and you got power. Downside is it's nowhere near our house or the other building. And I really wouldn't want to have a building down here for several reasons. Like I said, we'd be like too far spread out from where we saw. And, you know, even if you brought the mill down here, you'd have the whole security thing to worry about. You could put a gate up and all that, but I just wouldn't want it that far from the house. You know, I just don't think that would be a good idea. I wanted to come down here though, and at least get a look at things. It's a nice spot down here, but it's just too far away. I think the best spot, if we're gonna do this, is definitely up there in the clearing. It's like a clean slate up there. Plenty of room to do anything. I'm just not sure if it's the right move. What I'm gonna do is get the power company to come out and give me an idea on what it would cost to get electric out there. I can put, you know, the conduit in, dig the line, all that stuff. I'm gonna get a price on a building, 40 by 60, or maybe even 40 by 72, with lean-tos on both sides and like 16-foot garage doors at each gable end. That's kind of what I was thinking. And you could have a little wood shop area in there, and you could bring lumber in one end, out the other. You could do a lot of things, but like 40 by 60, 40 by 72, I don't know. It's going to be expensive. I'm not sure if it'll happen or not. We're just going to have to figure it all out. And like I said, Melissa and I are going to have to talk and make sure, you know, you just don't know. At this point in my life, I don't have to do any of this, but I just want to. And I don't know. I'm really struggling with this, if this would be the right move or not. Like I said, it's kind of like, yeah, it's going to cost a lot of money, but you're just increasing the value of the property. Yet, if you don't have any plans on selling it, what does that even really mean? You know what I mean? I remember my dad used to say that with their ground, when all the buildings started around this area, how much more their property was worth now compared to when they bought it. And the same can be said for ours. But it doesn't really matter if you're not going to sell it. I don't know. All I know is I have a bad habit of creating more work for myself. I mean, that's not always bad, but I do. It's a steep hill right here. All right, we're almost back to the clearing here. But yeah, even all the way over to here, I mean, this is all tabletop flat. That direction on the other side of the clearing, I got another 250 feet probably before it drops off there. This is without a doubt the best option for anything that we want to do. I don't know. I have to think this one through. So sometime in the next couple weeks, I will report back on this. I'm going to get some pricing on a building. I'll put some estimates together for the concrete, electrical. We would probably do like 14-foot ceilings in it. And like I said, lean-tos on both sides, outdoor wood boiler, concrete, power. It would be kind of a bare bones building, nothing like the one we have over at the house, but still, yeah. I'll get with the power company. I'll get an estimate on the building, put the other numbers together, and then I'll report back to you guys in a couple weeks, let you know what we decide to do. We'll have to see. But anyway, I think that's about it for today's video. I appreciate y'all being here. I also want to thank Sundays for sponsoring today's video, and we will catch you on the next one.